This video is all about how we end up getting entangled with certain people, why it is, how we can break free from it, and actually how we can even use these experiences as a learning opportunity to enable us to move forward into something better. So yeah, I haven't actually decided what the title of this video is going to be, because what I find is people can describe the same thing in different ways, and different things mean different things. And yeah, I didn't want it to be kind of unnecessarily negative towards any one type of person, because this kind of thing can happen generally in a lot of different types of relationships. In someone the other day, and can end up getting caught up in these kind of situations for years upon end, and there's no resolution, and there's a sense that things are getting better with this person, or that a lady I was speaking to the other day described it really well. I really like the analogy she used. She said it's like dangling a carrot in front of someone, and you know, just as you think you've got it, it goes away. And she actually pointed out it reminded her of Charlie Brown and Lucy, and how she was holding the football there for him. And I put the link below to that video where you can see there what they do with the football. And you might want to watch it because I think it's a really good way of explaining what I'm describing. But yeah, so you might want to pause this one and come back. But yes, what you see Charlie Brown doing is each time he's like, no, this time it's going to be different. This time it's going to be different. And it's never going to be different. And yeah, you also see Lucy gaslighting him, because she was saying, you don't want to go through life not trusting anyone, you know, that's not a good way to live. And, you know, we can end up picking up these messages and telling ourselves these things, and it always ends up, you know, the same. So it's a good message when you watch that video of Charlie Brown in the football, because you know, he spends so much effort and energy and time again going after this football, and every time it's the same result. And if you think about it, he could have been putting that energy to better use, you know, and it's very demeaning. And Lucy, the one who's holding the football, she really has the power in that situation, and she's holding this ball there, and she's got him where she wants him, and you know, she's enjoying this game. And yeah, so it's a very interesting analogy, expecting something to change. And you know, when we want something and we think it's just within our reach, or just if we do this one thing differently, you know, it seems so close, but actually it's so far away. So I've been questioning a lot, you know, what is this? Why are there certain people that, you know, just kind of can keep you hooked and draw you in? You know, what is actually going on here, and what is the purpose of this? I know some people say that certain people come into our life for a time and a reason, and some people even talk about this kind of soul contract, and I guess that's just a belief. You know, some people might have that belief, or but anyway, it is quite interesting, and why it just seems like certain people or the same kinds of people keep coming up. So I've noticed two very prominent things. So this idea with Charlie Brown and Lucy, and all this idea of dangling the carrot. What I think can be helpful in these situations is to stop and ask yourself this question. And the question is, what is the most painful thing, or the most painful conclusion I'm coming to about myself and this other person and this situation? And I think some of the really most painful things, which could be typical of the kind of person who has experienced narcissistic abuse, is feeling that it's our fault. And, you know, when you think about it, that's just typical, you know, because a narcissist will take no responsibility and they'll expect you to take all the responsibility. So it's no wonder end up feeling like it's our fault, we have done something wrong. And so the actual torture or the agony in that situation is really feeling like, if only we'd just done something different. And it really can keep you hooked, thinking, if only, maybe if I do this, or maybe if I do that. And yeah, you want to know the answer, you want to get clarity. I think everyone wants clarity to know what's really going on in that situation. And so you end up keep going back and back, and even if you might not even really like the person or want to be with them, but you want to, you know, you want to complete the puzzle, you want to know the secret, you want to know how this thing works. So it's very, very powerful. And just the second thing, which is kind of like a side thing really, is that if you're dealing with someone who has this sense of entitlement, you could just sense it, and you know when you're dealing with them, there's this kind of feeling, have I done enough? Am I good enough? Have I pleased them? Have I met their expectations? And you know, they've got a way of kind of very subtly, almost undetectably communicating that to us in almost like in a subconscious or telepathic kind of way. And you know, if you're you know, kind of person who's very you know, picks up on things or is very tuned into other people's needs, you're going to pick up on that. And so what do you do really with that information? So I think it's really helpful to acknowledge this. The most painful thing is, you know, I think you become, I know for me, feeling like, I've ruined something or I've messed something up. You know, and the other thing is, you know, that a narcissist, you know, they're very good at knowing what we want, mirroring us, and giving the impression that the life we would have with them is the dream life. You know, it's exactly what we wanted, and it's just so close in reach, this idea of everything we've already wanted. If only we can just get this right. And so obviously, if we feel that we've messed it up or not got it quite right, but that it's still within reach, it's one, torturous, and it's two, going to keep us hooked in. So what is the answer? So the first thing that, which seems to be coming up, is actually to really just know what is important to you. You know, it might sound simple, but to write a list. I mean, things like health, you know, your dreams, what is important to you. And it can be very hard to let go of this kind of control and wanting to fix it all and making sure we're getting it all right. But, you know, if you really, a relationship is taking that much energy and effort, then maybe it's just not right, full stop. And the more you actually do things that feel good for you and things that you enjoy doing and make you feel good, then it's just going to be good all round. What else did I write? Yeah, just not also if someone's being confusing, or just not being afraid to kind of just question that and say, what was that all about? Or, I mean, it's different in every situation, really. Sometimes it's kind of, if you're dealing with someone who's really being purposely dishonest, then, you know, maybe it's best just to take on the role of observer rather than... but anyway, it's different in every situation. And I guess through working through these things, you learn to trust yourself, and you'll know what to do. So that's really important. Yeah, so other things I wrote down, just seeing it as a learning experience. I think I've covered covered the main points really. And yeah, just also can be helpful to question why it is this person, you're making this person so important. You know, why are they on a pedestal? And also then writing down a list of the things that you like about yourself and which are good about yourself. And chances are, the things that you particularly like about this other person, you know, it is being said that when you see something that you like in another person, that the reason you can recognise it is because it's also in you as well. So, yeah, I mean, it can't do anything but help to focus on what you actually like about yourself. So yeah, I hope that analogy was made sense. And yeah, if you have any comments or questions, please write them below. If you have any topics you would like to be covered in other videos, please write suggestions in the comments section. If you found the video useful, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you're new. And I will speak to you again soon.